I haven't said anything because no one's here, so it's really, no one's gonna watch this back. Usually what I do is I just kind of talk anyway, even if no one's here. I really hope the chat doesn't get disabled. It's gonna be really stupid if that happens. If it does, I'm just gonna go on another YouTube. Let me set that up actually. Okay, now we wait. Alright, so it looks like we're just going to be here alone because Megan is the only other person who... Megan and Sweet Pea both come, but I think, Sweet Pea's probably sleeping or doing other things because, they don't always need to be here. So we're just going to do everything that I was going to do, but, with no audience. So what we're going to do is we're going to read some of The Giver. So I've been recently reading this book because, I don't know, I really like it. So I was like, why not? I bought it at Goodwill. And I was like, oh my god, wait, haven't people said that this is a good book? Oh my god! Whoa! Okay, Sweet Pea, you are here. I was like saying that, you probably heard that part. You heard everything I said. Oh my god, that's so funny. Okay, well, you are here then. That's great. I got audience. Megan can't show up. She has some things to do. So she's not going to be here. It's just going to be you and me. Unless other people show up, which is unlikely. I feel like my highest, show rate or whatever the freak is, a Saturday in the afternoon. That's when most people have shown up. But then it's really sporadic. And yes, I am okay. I was sad, about my friend, but I'm just glad to hear that he's okay, at least, in the state he is now. I did what I could to help, and I feel better. I feel much better now knowing that I contributed to, their fundraiser. I'm okay. It's not affecting me really, except the fact that my friend is hurting and in pain, because this isn't about me, it's about him and his family, but I really appreciate you asking me that, but yeah, I'm okay. I'll be fine, I did everything I could, and so I'm happy. So like I was saying earlier, we're gonna read this book. We're going to read one chapter of it because I thought, it would be cute to start with a little book reading because I've been doing some book reading recently. I actually read a lot of this book. I started this yesterday and I'm already, almost done with it. That's what happens when I'm bored on the train. Or before work. I get to work, on the weekends, I get there really early because I get scared, the weekend trains are so messed up sometimes, especially today because we had a hurricane, quote unquote, when really it was just heavy rain. It doesn't really affect the inner city of New York. But I woke up at 5:30 and I was like, oh my god, I look on the website for the trains, the night prior to when I'm leaving, but they always tell me something different than what happens in the morning. It's ugh. But I have this app that updates in real time, and so it tells me what's going on. So first it told me that I had to take the B44, which is a bus. Oh, dang, I shouldn't say the exact... Anyway, it told me to take a bus to a train. Then I was like, oh my god, what bus do I take? I don't have all the time in the world where I can just look around and, see what bus I need to take, mess up if I get on a bus. It's not the right bus. And also, that wastes money. And so I was like, I reloaded. I was like, maybe I can possibly go on a train, Then it told me that I could just take my normal route. And I was like, what? So I literally woke up early for nothing. I kind of had a feeling that... Actually, no. Today I had a feeling that I was going to need to wake up early. I left even earlier than I usually leave. When I wake up early, I wake up at 5:30 a.m. Usually on the weekdays when I'm working, I wake up at 6 a.m. and then I get to work. And I try to leave my house by, 6:30. So I'm at least there by around 7:30-ish. But on the weekends, since the trains are all messed up, I leave at 5. I wake up at 5:30, and then I get ready, and then I try to leave at 6. But today I try to leave at oh no, I usually leave at I don't know, but today I tried to leave earlier, and I did. But I didn't need to, because I just could take my normal route that I literally take on the weekdays. And Saturday actually ended up being more complicated than today. But on Saturday, it was even easier. All I had to do was take one train when I usually take two, but I'm going too much into this because I don't really want to be talking about this. But, yeah, so that's why that's literally me explaining why I had all this time to read this dang-on book. But he said, that's so cool. I forgot you take all kinds of cool transportation. I'm so impressed you travel on your own. I'd be so nervous every time I commute by myself. Trust me, like, okay, so I'm not nervous on the train anymore because literally you don't have to talk to anybody on the train. You just slide the thing, go where you need to go. The only time that it can be where you have to talk to somebody is if you don't know where the freak you're going, you know, and you have to ask, like, an empty, like, the one big time that I, like, was like, oh my god, where am I going? Was, like, when I got on my first train, and then I got on my second train, but my second train came on a different track. And I was like, why is it coming on this track? But then I went on it anyway, because I don't know anything. And then it was going somewhere different. I'm like, where the freak is this going? And then so I stopped. I got off at this certain street, and I was like, oh my god, where do I go? What do I do? And it was like the last stop on the train. When it's the last stop on the train, that means the train's not going to move. And so there was an MTA worker there, which is the workers on the subway, and I asked him, what do I do? How do I get to this place? You know? And then he told me, he talked to the train guy, he told me what was going on. And so, yeah, then I just was able to stay on that train, and I got to where I needed to go. So I was lucky that I was on the right train and that I was in the right place, you know, and he helped me out. So, yeah, that's when I was, like, really nervous. And it's like, obviously there's going to be a couple things you need to learn and stuff like that. And it's better, like, if you don't have a job and, like, you just are trying to go out and do things and you miss the train and stuff, because it's like, you can, like, that's fine. Like, who cares? Like, you miss a reservation at a restaurant. Whoop-de-doo. But, like, when I was late to my job, I was like, upset, you know, that I was late. But my managers understood, you know. And they know that I've told them I'm new here. They know that. So I don't know everything. But now it's getting easier. It's still freaking hard to, like, read when there's complications with the trains. I never understand what it means, you know. But, yeah, like... Yeah, but the buses I'm a little, like, I didn't know how to put the card in when I went on the bus. And so, like, the first time I ever went on the bus here, I put the thing in, and it didn't work, and then the woman just kept driving, and I was like, geez, okay, but, I mean, yay, free ride, but then also, you could have told me just go sit down instead of freaking still driving. Like, I know you need to get out of here fast, but, like, it literally says, don't be standing while the bus is moving, so you probably should tell me not to go sit down. But they didn't do that in Arizona either, so I don't even know what I'm saying. Anyways, I yawned just as you did. I yawned? Oh, I didn't realize. That's so nerve-wracking. I can't believe there are elementary school kids in places like Tokyo. Yeah, I know, like, but I guess it's like, it's just kind of like you get used to it. Like, anything you do, you get used to it, you know, and you just do it. You learn, and then you do it, you know, like, it seems unbelievable to me and you know, because we don't do that kind of stuff, but then, like, I feel like we would be able to do the same thing in that situation. Like, I think to me, the concept of what I'm doing now sounds crazy to me. The fact that I go on the train on my own, I go on the bus. I mean, the bus is not that crazy because in Arizona I did that, but the train, that was, like, it seemed so complicated. Even when I first got, I was like, whoa, like, what? I don't know any of these tracks and all this stuff. And it's like, I remember when I was, like, with my aunt, we would take, like, cabs everywhere, but it was discounted because, you know, she has this thing for since she's elderly. She would hate it if I said that, but it's true. And so, like, one time it wasn't working because it doesn't work a lot. And so we had to ask my cousin, like, how to get home on the train. And it's like, and then she knew the train, like, she knew instantly where we should go. And I was like, what? How does she know that? But then now I feel like if I was in a situation, I would literally know what to do. Like, I would know exactly what train to get on, you know, and if not, I would just use my app. But, like, I know exactly what she was saying now. Like, I can look, I don't remember exactly everything, but I could look back. And I'm not trying to be like, but it's really not that hard. Like, you just kind of learn. He said, well, that's kind of rude. Thanks, Bus Driver. I know, it was really annoying, but, like, I kind of want to not, like, pay for the fare and just, like, kind of keep walking. Like, that's what people say they do, but then I see a lot of people on the actual bus paying for it, so that's probably just an exception in, like, the Bronx or something, because I saw this guy talking about it, you know. I've only jumped over, illegal, I've only jumped over, like, so there's these, like, you know, these bar things that you have to go, like, that you slide the card, and then you're able to go through them. It's kind of like what you have at, like, an airport or, like, a movie theater, and you can jump over them very easily. not easily. Actually, for me, it was kind of difficult. But there's usually MTA workers in a little booth behind you. So if you do that, they're going to see you and be like, hey, what are you doing? You know, and you can't run. You're standing in a train track, and the only place you'd be able to run is to the end of, like, literally you can't, at least where I am, you can't exit unless you run over the train tracks, you know? But some train stations you can exit even when you get inside. It depends. A lot of them, actually. But I was in Clinton. Oh, I gotta stop saying streets. I was in a train station, and there was nobody there. It was an entrance. There was no MTA workers, nothing. And so I jumped over. But I literally didn't know what I was freaking doing, and, like, I was awful at it. And my mom said, don't do that because there could be cameras there. And I didn't realize that. But I told her, like, literally billions of people do it all the time. Like, and there's another thing, like, where if there's somebody there, they'll open the exit door for you. That's nice. I did that once because I was going through there, and then I just opened it for somebody. And and they just kept walking, and I was like, you're welcome. But I didn't say it out loud. That's amazing. I'm proud of you and all that you've been able to accomplish. By the way, I tried to talk about it in last stream, but that was in the chat crash all of a sudden. Oh my god, yeah, like, ugh. I don't know why I was disabled. Like, I literally don't know what happened. Like, I did all the same settings I did. I always put not for kids, and I take away age restriction, you know, because I'm not, like, doing anything inappropriate, but, like, if I say it's for kids, then they turn the comments off, so it's like, that's why I say that. But I don't know, it's just really freaking annoying. Anyways, drinky drink. Okay, I was gonna ask if you wanted to talk about him. It's cool if you don't want to. I've just seen you on his streams, and I remember the one where you talked to him about your life. That was fun. Yeah, we can talk about him. That's fine. I don't know. I'm kind of like, I have mixed. Oh my god. I'm like, what if you watched it? There's no way he's gonna freaking watch this. I mean, there is a little way. I don't know. Like, honestly, I don't know about how I feel about him. Like, I miss the community so much, and it's like, honestly, it sucks because, like, from my point of view, he's always been nothing but nice to me. But I've, you know, it's just, I don't know. But it's like, I don't want to say too much because it's not my place, you know. But then also I feel like I think there's just a lot of regrets, not by me, but by the people involved, and I think I should just forget everything I heard and learned, you know. And maybe that's just because I'm trying to be, you know, but I don't know. Drinky drink. Sometimes I forget. I don't realize how weird and silly I am, which I love. I love that I'm silly. That's why I like doing these lives, because I can look back at them and be like, oh my god, I'm such a weirdo, but I like it. I didn't realize that I said drinky drink. Oh my god, I just do things. Like, that's what I like about lives. I can just, like, things can be captured that I don't even realize I do, and I look back at it, I'm like, oh my god, I'm so silly. If he watches this, then he sees me, and I don't know how to feel about that either. I'm also heard months ago that he was talking about me, but who knows? I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on. I honestly don't know. I'm just like, I did the thing where I came on impulsively, but I also really enjoyed it. Like, I enjoyed talking. I don't know, because I said that I was never going to support, like, okay, I don't want to go too much into it, like, I don't know, but I'm a hypocrite, basically, but it's really only a hypocrite to myself, because nobody else really cares, unless you care, but not, like, nobody cares that I'm talking to him, like, they don't think I'm a hypocrite for doing that, except me, in my own head, you know. I don't know, I feel like it's like, if he was given a chance by, I can't do that. I can't say that. I don't know what I have to. I don't want to say too much because I just don't. I don't want to say too much. But I will say stuff like drinky drink all the time and completely fine. I love it so much. You're so fun. Thank you. And I'm not mad at you for bringing this up. Like, this has been on my mind, you know. And I was like, oh my god, I feel like Sweepy's gonna DM me and ask me about this. Not in a bad way, but you know. But I liked being on there. You know, to be honest, I did. You know. Just like anybody likes any conversation with somebody. It was fun, and I had a good time. It made me feel good, you know, saying I seemed like I was confident and all that, you know. Like, on here, I seem like the most, you know, outgoing, blah, blah, blah person. But then at work, I am outgoing and talkative, but only now. But before, I was just kind of like, you know, not talking that much, just doing my job, like, head down, you know. But I easily kind of get into the groove of being silly. You know, but it's just with certain coworkers, you know, the servers, like with the chefs and stuff, it's hard to explain, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, but I really miss the community, and it's like, I don't know. I'm probably gonna leave it again because like I'm trying to get off YouTube, and and not because of him, obviously. I just think I watch YouTube way too much, and I want to go cold turkey. It's like I feel like it's an addiction, but not like an addiction, you know. And I just want to go cold turkey because with heroin, you don't just like, you know, start slowing your dosages. I mean, maybe you do. I don't know, but usually you don't because that's not gonna work, you know. But I feel like obviously heroin's different. It gives you a high, and you want to reach that high again. With YouTube, it's not like there's a high. It's just I watch a certain amount of videos and I enjoy it. I don't need to ever increase it, you know. It's just I can always do the same amount. So it's obviously different. Like I said, it's not an addiction. An addiction. It's like now I'm saying it twice. It sounds like it sounds like that's some kind of term, but I'm just like saying, you know, like someone would say like, oh, this isn't ice cream. It's frozen yogurt, you know. Anyways, I'm trying to get off YouTube, and that's not helping. But it's not like literally, it doesn't change that much. But I just like it. I get a little ego boost when people are like, hi, Indigo, hi. You know, it's so stupid. Like, I literally, like, that's what I look forward to. It's so dumb. But, yeah, like, that's what I like. And that's what was impulsive. I just wanted people to, I wanted to have fans. But not really. Like, I wanted to talk, you know. But anyways, I used to be mad about everything. But I would never fault you for going onto streams. I was still am worried for Audra, but IDK. It's weird to say I love everyone in the community. I miss them. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to talk about... I don't... Because I feel like she might watch this stream. Audra, if you are watching this I wouldn't be saying... I'm not going to be saying... Well, she's Sarah to me. We know each other. Just kidding. But... she likes being called Sarah, so I'm not to you, not you like, how dare you call it Audra, but no, I just go on her streams. I used to go on her streams a lot. I hope she streams again. I should go back. I don't have Discord anymore because I just like it was just an app that I just had that I didn't really use all the time. It's just like why would I get addicted to another app that I barely use? I feel bad too, you know, but there was just certain things that happened that made me believe that maybe something I could feel okay going on. I want to... Okay, I'll DM you about this. And talk about it more, because I feel like I'll be much more open. I'm just trying to be hesitant, because I don't want to just be exposing. Even though literally nobody watches this. But, you know. Well, not go turkey. I'm such a bad influence. But I need YouTube for things like language. I'll have to stop through school. So it'll have to happen something. Yeah, like, I guess by cold turkey, I don't mean completely, like, never using YouTube. Like, I want to use YouTube for educational videos, just like, you know, you are, and stuff like that. Why did I say language? I meant language learning. OMG. Oh, that's what I thought. I was a little confused. I was like, huh? But I was like, maybe she means language learning. But, yeah. What's the song? How's it go? It literally sounds like gibberish. I read the lyrics and I still forgot it. Quit talking on me down. You didn't have to lying on your... You know that? I do that all the time. Like, I pretend like I'm doing the TikTok, even though I'm not gay. I'm bisexual, but I do like this. I do halfway, not... It's so stupid. Like, what is wrong with... Like, I'm not even making it... Like, I don't have TikTok anymore. I deleted it. Another app that I was just wasting my time on. And I'm not like... I'm so better. But, like, YouTube is like the OG app I've been using for years, so it's gonna be way harder for me to get off that than like TikTok or Discord, which I wasn't using it for like months at most, you know. But yeah, like definitely YouTube has so many helpful things on it. Definitely, I'm not gonna ever not watch it again. Like that's literally impossible, you know. But like, I want to use it for educational things, and I know I'll know the difference, you know. But it's like I also do enjoy watching it for fun, so I feel like maybe I should give myself a balance. You know, and give myself time to enjoy stuff, because leisure time is really important. I feel like it can help you, you know, because you'll burn out if you don't have leisure time and you don't have time to yourself. It's like, what's the point, you know? But it's come to a point where like it's not... Leisure time is when you give yourself specific... I feel like, for me, it should be time where I give myself a specific time to enjoy whatever I'd like for a certain amount of time. Not where I like feel kind of like compelled to watch YouTube and just look at it all the time, you know. And I feel like in the back of my head, I'm like, what am I doing? I could be doing so much work, blah, 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 blah. Leisure time is like, I've done all my work, or I know I'm going to do it later because I have it set up. And, you know, I'm just spending a little time with myself, you know. It doesn't always have to just be on YouTube, but it can be, you know. Oh, yeah, you'll know the difference. I do imagine I indulge in bad behaviors anyway. Yeah, I indulge in a lot of stuff. But yeah, but DM me with what we were talking about, because I'm probably not gonna remember. If you care, and I don't mean like you don't care about me, but like if you want to know what more I have to say. But yeah, anyways, I was gonna do this thing where I read the chapter. I don't really know, like I don't know if I should do that. I feel like it would kind of be boring. I mean, I could read a page. We'll do that. Let's read a page, or I'll read a little bit until like I feel like it has a good conclusion. Spoiler alert, it's like a small part of the story, so I feel like it won't spoil that much. It just might be confusing until you actually read up to that part. Like, sometimes what I do is, like, I'll read like, when I get a book, I'll read a random page in it, and then, like, as I'm reading, I'm like, oh my god, I remember reading this, and I was, like, confused, but now I understand with so much more context. I love doing that. I did it today, actually, but, yeah. Leisure time for me comes after a break. Procrastination means I have to actually crowd my brain so I don't overthink a ton. Yeah, seriously. Comes after a long period of work, not a break. Well, I read it and I understood it, so don't worry about it, girl. Yeah. Please read anyway, I'm intrigued. Okay, I'm glad. I don't know if you've read The Giver. It's like a pretty popular book to read in school. I didn't have to do it. Like, wait, let me drink. Darn it, there's more water! I don't feel like getting more water. There was some in there, okay. Because I gotta get my throat muscles prepared. But this is a pretty popular book to read in school. I think it was one of the reading options I had in my class, like in middle school, but I didn't read it because I was like, F that book. Hey. And I read another book because I was like, this is boring, but it's actually not boring. It's a pretty good book, and I think it's very reflective of today's society. So I'm going to put my legs up. Ew, a little knee shot. You like that? I don't know why. I don't like saying that. I remember, actually, funnily enough, Sailor said that. I was like cringing. I was like, please never say that again. But yeah, now every time I say that, I think of that. But anyways, he said, so I'm going to read chapter 18. I'm probably just going to read until I want to. But, yeah, I'm almost done with the book. I'm surprised. Like, a lot of the... Okay, I don't want to spoil it. I'm not going to spoil it. Okay. Let's get prepared. Giver, Jonas asked the next afternoon. I already messed up, bruh. Oh, he said, you like that? Once. And it cringed me out. Okay. Giver... I think I'm just going to read it in my own voice. And then, okay, you'll see. Giver, Jonas asked the next afternoon, do you ever think about release? Do you mean my own release? Or just a general topic of release? Both, I guess. I apologize. I mean, I should have been more precise. But I don't know exactly what I meant. Sit back up. No need to lie down when we're talking. Jonas, who had already been stretched out on the bed. This is what I can't do the reading thing that I wanted to do the reading thing and read somebody's story, but I literally I mess up so bad, like when I'm reading in front of people. Like, I feel like on my own I can read something so well, but then when I know that somebody's watching me, I'm always like, you know? I read in class once and I was messing up so much, I was cringing so bad. And my teacher was like, you did amazing. And I was like, no, I didn't. Like, stop lying to me. You know, I mean, I did okay. I get nervous. Anyways. I'm not going to do the voice. Okay. Sit back up. No need to lie down when we're talking. Jonas, who had already been stretched out on the bed when the question came to his mind, sat back up. I guess I do think about it occasionally, the giver said. I think about my own release when I'm in an awful lot of pain. I wish I could put in a request for it sometimes, but I'm not permitted to do that until the new retriever is trained. Me, Jonas said in a dejected voice. He was not looking forward to the end of the training, when he would become the new receiver. It was clear to him what a terribly difficult, lonely life it was, despite the honor. I can't request release either, Jonas pointed out. It was in my rules. The giver laughed harshly. I know that. They hammered out those rules after the failure 10 years ago. Jonas had heard again and again now reference to the previous failure, but he did not know what happened 10 years before. Giver, he said, tell me what happened, please. The giver shrugged. On the surface, it's quite simple. A retriever to be was selected, the way you are. The selection went smoothly enough, the ceremony was held, and the selection was made. The crowd cheered, as it did for you. The new retriever was puzzled and a little frightened, as you were. My parents told me it was female. The giver nodded. Jonas thought of his favorite female, Fiona, and shivered. He wouldn't want his gentle friend to suffer the way he had, taking on the memories. What was she like? He asked the giver. The giver looked sad, thinking about it. She was a remarkable young woman, very self-possessed and serene, intelligent, eager to learn. He shook his head and drew in a deep breath. I knew it was going to be the word breath. I turned the page. I should have kept going. That was fluid, but I stopped because I was like, I knew it was going to be that word. You know, Jonas, when she came to me in this room, when she presented herself to begin her training, Jonas interrupted with a question. Can you tell me her name? My parents said that it wasn't to be spoken again in the community, but couldn't you say it to me? The giver hesitated painfully, as if saying the name aloud might be excruciating. Her name was Rosemary, he told Jonas finally. That's such a beautiful name, what the freak? Rosemary, I like that name. The giver went on. When she came to me for the first time, she sat there in the chair where you were on your first day. She was eager and excited and a little scared. We talked. I tried to explain things as well as I could, the way you did to me. The giver chuckled ruefully. The explanations are difficult. The whole thing is so beyond one's experience. But I tried, and she listened carefully. Her eyes were very luminous, I remember. He looked up suddenly. Jonas, I gave you the memory that I told you was my favorite. I still have a shred of it left. The room with the family and grandparents? Jonas nodded. Of course he remembered. Yes, he said. It had that wonderful feeling to me. You told me it was love. You can understand, then, that that's what I felt for Rosemary. Oh! Sorry, you probably don't understand this in the context of the story. Anyways, let's keep reading. I really hope... It's probably not like that. You can understand, then, that's what I felt for Rosemary, the giver explained. I loved her. I feel it for you, too, he added. Okay, I read a little too soon. It's all good. We're all good in the hood. It's all good. Love like a family love. What happened to her? Jonas asked. Her training begun. She received well, as do you. She was so enthusiastic, so delighted to experience new things. I remember her laughter. His voice faltered and trailed off. What happened? Jonas asked again after a moment. Please tell me. Dang, this is so good. I feel like if I stopped now, it would leave on a cliffhanger. No, it is not incest. That's what okay. I didn't think it was incest because I know the context of the story. I just thought he was a pedophile. That's what I thought was happening. So I'm going to explain the story a little bit. Basically the story takes place in a utopia, where okay, wait, let me read the back actually. What the freak? Life in the community where Jonas lives is idyllic. Designated birth mothers produce new children who are assigned to appropriate family units. One male, one female, two each. Citizens are assigned to their new parents and their new jobs. No one thinks to ask questions. Everyone obeys. The community is a precisely choreographed world without conflict, inequality, divorce, unemployment, injustice, or choice. Everyone is the same except Jonas. At the ceremony of 12, the community's 12-year-olds eagerly accept their predetermined life assignments, but Jonas is chosen for something special. He begins instruction in his life's work with the mysterious old man known as the Giver. Gradually, Jonas learns that the power lies in the feelings, but when his own power is put to the test, when he must try to save someone he loves, he may not be ready. Is it too soon or too late? I can already guess who he tries to save. But anyways, so it's a utopia, but really a dystopia, kind of. And Jonas has a job that's really special, and he's talking with the Giver about the last person who was supposed to do his job and didn't do it well. So that's what's happening. This is a big spoiler, so if you don't want me to keep reading, let me know. The giver closed his eyes. It broke my... Oh, wait. What happened? Jonas began again after a moment. Please tell me. The giver closed his eyes. Yeah, it's like 1984, but, like, it's not as, like, bad. Like, I'd rather live in this world than that world. To be honest, that world sucked. To be honest. Like, 1984, this one is okay. I wouldn't want to live as Jonas, though. Because his job sucks. I would want to live, like, knowing about what Jonas does and having experience. It's hard to explain. But, yeah, like, it's kind of like that, but definitely doesn't, like... I guess the only thing is, like... It's that kind of same feeling of, like, unable to change things. Like, you know, we can't change the world now. We can't change everything, you know? Anyways. And in 1984, he thought he could change the world or whatever. I literally thought just now that you were going to say it broke my heart to put that tumor in her head. Why? Oh my gosh, okay. It broke my heart. Oh, wait. To transfer that pain to her. Okay. You're not going to understand that one because that's in the context of the book. But it was my job. It was what I had to do. The way I had done it to you. The room was silent. Jonas waited. Finally, Giver continued. 5 weeks. That was all. This is the page I read before that, you know, I got to it. I read it before as a little hint, a little fun, you know, to get to it. 5 weeks. That was all I gave her. That was all. I gave her happy memories. A ride on the merry-go-round. A kitten to play with. A picnic. Sometimes I chose one just because I knew it would make her laugh. So I treasured the sound of laughter in this room that had always been so silent. But she was like you, Jonas. She wanted to experience everything. She knew it was her responsibility. And so she asked me for more difficult memories. Jonas held his breath. You didn't give her war, did you? Not after 5 weeks. The giver shook his head and sighed. No. And I didn't give her physical pain. But I gave her loneliness, and I gave her loss. I transferred a memory of a child taken from its parents. That was the first one. She appeared stunned at its end. Jonas swallowed. Rosemary, her laughter, had begun to seem real to him, and he pictured her looking up from the bed of memories, shocked. The giver continued. I backed off. I gave her a little more delights. But everything changed. Once she knew pain, I could see it in her eyes. She wasn't brave enough, Jonas suggested. The giver didn't respond to the question. She insisted that I continue, that I not spare her. She said it was her duty, and I knew, of course, that she was correct. I couldn't bring myself to inflict physical pain on her, but I gave her anguish of many kinds, poverty and hunger and terror. I had to, Jonas. It was my job. And she had already been chosen. The giver looked at him imploringly. Jonas stroked his hand. Finally, one afternoon, we finished for the day. It had been a hard session. I tried to finish as I do with you, by transferring something happy and delightful. But in the times of laughter were gone by then. She stood up very silently, frowning as if she were making a decision. Then she came over to me and put her arms around me. She kissed my cheek. I really hope that this isn't what I'm thinking it is. I don't think it is. I really don't. I think I'm looking into it too much. As Jonas watched, the giver stroke his own cheek, recalling the touch of Rosemary's lips 10 years before. She left here that day, left this room, and did not go back to her dwelling. I was notified by the speaker that she had gone directly to the chief elder and asked to be released. But that's against the rules. The retriever in training can't apply for release. It's in your rules, Jonas, but it wasn't in hers. She asked for release, and they had to give it to her. I never saw her again. So that was a failure, Jonas thought. It was obvious that it saddened that giver very deeply, but it didn't seem such a terrible thing. Okay, so it's not. It's not. It was an obvious... Okay. I don't want to spoil it, so if you want me to just go full ham and tell you everything, I will. I'll tell you as much as I want. But if you don't, let me know, because you might want to read the actual book. You know. But I'm gonna finish... I'm gonna finish it. Okay. It's in your rules, Jonas, but it wasn't in hers. Oh, wait. But she didn't... Okay. So that was the failure, Jonas thought. It was obvious that it saddened the giver very deeply, but it didn't seem like such a terrible thing after all. And he, Jonas, would have never done it, never requested release, no matter how difficult his training had become. The giver needed a successor, and he had been chosen. A thought occurred to Jonas. Rosemary had been released very early in her training. What if something happened to him? Jonas. He had a whole year's worth of memories now. Giver, he asked. I can't request release. I know that, but what if something happened, an accident? What if I fell in a river like the little Fort Caleb did? Well, that doesn't make sense because I'm a good swimmer. But if I couldn't swim and I fell into the river and I was lost, then there wouldn't be a new receiver. But you would have already given away an awful lot of important memories. So even though they would select a new retriever, the memories would be gone except for the shreds that you have left them. And what if... He started to laugh suddenly. I sound like my sister, Lily, he amused himself. The giver looked at him gravely. You just stay away from the river, my friend, he said. The community lost Rosemary after 5 weeks, and it was a disaster for them. I don't know what the community would do if they lost you. Why was it a disaster? I think I mentioned it to you once. Yeah, he did, Jonas. I don't know why the frick he isn't listening. The giver reminded him that when she was gone, the memory... Did they think we're stupid? I literally just read this! Anyways. You don't know what I'm talking about. Sorry. That when she was gone, the memories came back to the people. If you were to be lost in a river, Jonas, your memories would not be lost with you. Memories are forever. Rosemary had one of those 5 weeks worth, and most of them were good ones. But there were a few terrible memories, the ones that had overwhelmed her. For a while they overwhelmed the community. All those feelings they'd never experienced before. I was so devastated by my own grief and her loss, and my own feeling of failure, that I didn't even try to help them through it. I was angry too. The giver was quiet for a moment, obviously thinking, if they lost you with all the training you've had now, they'd have all those memories. Again, themselves. Jonas made a face. They'd hate that. They certainly would. They wouldn't know how to deal with it. The only way I deal with it is by having you there to help me, Jonas pointed out with a sigh. The giver nodded. I suppose, he said slowly, that I could. You could what? The giver was still deep in thought. After a moment, he said, if you floated off the river, I suppose I could help the whole community the way I helped you, in an interesting concept. I'll need to think about it more. Maybe we'll talk about it sometime, again, but not for now. I'm glad you're a good swimmer, Jonas, but stay away from the river. He laughed a little, but his laughter was not lighthearted. His thoughts seemed elsewhere, and his eyes were very troubled. What the freak does that mean? Wait, let me read that again. Wait. I suppose, he said slowly, that I could what? If you floated off in the river, I suppose I could help the whole community the way I've helped you. The freak? I don't like what he's implying with that. I'm not going to give it away. You don't gotta do all that. Anyways, I'm gonna stop. Okay, so that's that. That was fun. I actually read the whole chapter, so it was very interesting. I hope that I hope that didn't give too many stuff away. Actually, I've read somewhere that I didn't read somewhere. I'd heard somebody who had read somewhere say that when you're given spoilers to a story, it actually makes you like it more because you get to learn how those spoilers come to life. That's what I like, but you probably don't understand anything that I said. You probably won't, but you will when you read the book, and then it'll become a spoiler once you read the book. Now it's not a spoiler, so I'm sorry. But it's probably not that much of a spoiler. I mean, it's really like, it's not like anything that's serious. But anyways, I wanted to do the other stuff now, but I'm really tired, bruh. Darn it. I had so much other stuff I wanted to do. As you saw in my title, I was going to write a script. But I think for my writing, I need to do it on my own because then I'll get distracted, which is not your fault, it's mine. I'm glad that it was interesting. That's not a read either. That's a testament to how good the book and your reading was. Thank you very much. I mean, I was messing up a lot, but the book is really good, actually. Like, it's really interesting. Like, it keeps you wanting to keep reading. Like, I literally want to keep reading now. I like watching stuff without context. It's not spoilers, but it doesn't catch me off guard in a bad way. I don't mind at all. Well, that's good. I'm glad. Thank you. I'm glad that it's all good. I'm trying to remember what I should say about the book. It's pretty good, and I can't wait to read the rest. It really doesn't have that much left. Like, I'm surprised, you know. But I've realized like a lot of books are just kind of like exposition. Obviously, that's what a story is. But I always expect like the climax to come more quickly, but it doesn't. Like with the last book I was reading The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime, and the climax kind of like took a bit. Anyways, if you need to work on off screen, don't worry about it. I'm actually gonna get cleaned up so I can finish watching season 2 of Miss Marvelous Maisel tonight. I really love that show and I've been binging it. Oh yeah, I've heard of that show. My mom said she didn't like it, so that kind of made me not want to watch it. But I think maybe I'll give it a try. I don't know. But yeah, I hope you enjoy it. I would enjoy it if Mrs. Maisel was with the Butch woman. I'm just kidding. That's so freaking stupid. I don't even know. But I would enjoy it more if they were lesbians. Unless. Yeah, most books in the beginning are exposition. Yeah, but look, like, we're past the beginning of the book and it's still like that. It still feels like exposition. Like, not really, but kind of. But then, you know, obviously there's small little climaxes through it. You know, but yeah. Okay, I'm glad you're laughing. Okay, I'm glad you thought that was funny. But yeah, that's the thing with, like, any two characters who are... I feel like we also need to cherish friendships, you know, like... But it's like... Also, I feel like we can cherish relationships that are LGBTQ+, you know. But, because I feel like that's an excuse that's always used. You know, like, we need to cherish friendships, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yeah, we do. But we've been doing that for years. We might not cherish friendships in real life. We might cherish romantic relationships more. You know. But in shows, friendship is like a very... Literally, My Little Pony has the power of friendship. I actually think it's about time we see a duo with two women where they are close but not sexually close. But at the same time, it'd be amazing if Miss Maisel was bisexual because we need more bi content. Definitely. Like... We need more bisexual content, asexual content, aromantic, the difference. I was watching this show on Netflix called Grace and Frankie, and it included, this one guy said, I'm asexual. And it was supposed to be a punchline, you know, but I don't think they were using it like in a, I didn't care for it. But it was like a random extra character, you know, but I like, it was not really like, that's like nothing. The acknowledgement of sexuality is not representation unless you do something with it. I watch a lot about representation. And I remember before I realized I was bisexual, I was like, why am I doing this? And I was like, I'm just a straight ally, you know. Wrong. I wish I hadn't realized that I was bisexual the way I did. Having a crush on a girl. That sucked! Because it was unrequited love. And they were bi too, so they just didn't like me. That was amazing to learn that they just didn't like me like that. That made me feel so good. Oh no. Oh my god, the asexual representation is so silly. House Empty. Oh my god, literally. Okay, did you watch the review that guy made on YouTube about that episode? Or did you just watch the episode on House? Because... literally, the point was, like, I like House MD, I like the show. I haven't really watched, I just watched, like, a review about it, and then I've watched a lot of clips on YouTube. Basically, I've watched the show. And I know the premise of it, you know? But, like, they always needed him to be right. And that's what the guy was saying in this review. Like, in every single aspect of, you know, of House, he needed to be right. No matter what. And then in this episode, for some reason, he had to be right. Yeah, I just watched it. I just watched the review and I'm subbed to the YouTuber. Yeah, I should sub to him. I didn't sub to him, but yeah, like, it's so annoying. Like, of course you needed to be right, and then he even offered a suggestion of how it could have been twisted, you know, to still make the point that was made. You know, Wilson's my favorite character though. Like, oh my god, and why did he have to freaking go dead? Like, or be like what? I binge House MD clips at the time when I'm down. It's great for the show, and he's funny. And he's in, but that was not really, no, it wasn't, like, it wasn't. Like, a lot of the times he went way too far. And it's like, I know that's like, oh my god, you're woke and you don't like offensive stuff. But no, it's like, I think it was acknowledged in the show that he did that, you know, like, the one time he really, like, went really far was, like, so he got sent to a mental facility. I forgot what reason why. And so he was trying to find ways to get out of there, like, the mental facility where he was kept inpatient. And so one of the ways he thought was just by being mean to everybody and making the nurses' lives a living hell, and so that they'd kick him out or want him to leave. And so he kind of was being mean to everybody. He was like, he called the guy who had schizophrenia, he was like, nobody likes you. Then he was saying, like, this guy who didn't like people getting close to him, he ran up to him. And then this suicidal woman who tried to kill herself, he said to her, like, how is it like being a failure? But he said it way worse than what I just said. He's like, how is it like knowing that you failed, you know? But like, I can't even, like, I honestly want to find it, just so I can freaking play it for you. But I hated that. Imagine saying that to somebody. Like, somebody who's literally in an inpatient facility for trying to kill themselves. They're weak. They're vulnerable. And you tell them that, you know? Obviously, his get out trick didn't work, and he just made somebody feel awful. Everything else he said, it's like, whatever. You know, it was mean, but it's like, whatever. But that was like, what if she actually did do something? I still remember that time where he walked to a person in a hospital bed and started choking. I think I remember that. It's so bad, like... Like, okay, obviously the show got way more eccentric as it went on, and he got away with way more things. Oh my god, like... like, I'm like, whoa! What? If I was working, I was like, whoa! Like, I'm just imagining, he's like... I'm dying! Oh my god, I'm like actually dying. Oh my god. Do you want to die? That makes it more funny. Oh my god. Oh my god. I guess he didn't want to die. He didn't want to die. Okay, let me find this stupid clip so we can both go through the stuff we wanted to do. Okay, house, suicide patient. I want to find that joking scene. Do you want to die? It's not funny, but it is. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna find the clip. Wait. House, in patient. Let's see if I can find it. Yes, he did. Like, bro, you can't go that far to make a point. Oh my god, like, hold a knife to him or something. Freaking choke him. I don't think I'm gonna find it. I don't know. I'm trying to remember what it was called. Oh, Broken. Here, Broken. That's what the episode was called. Here we go. I found it. Okay. So I'm just gonna play it really loud. I'm gonna play... I hate ads. I hate ads. Oh my god. I think I saw that and I laughed like really hard.
Satellites aren't watching me, they're watching you.
Okay, wait. So wait, I'm gonna let you tell you and listen.
No, it's just too easy. Seriously, anorexia. Are you supposed to be a girl? And in answer to your implicit question, yes, those pants do make you fat.
Okay, Alright, so this... Okay, wait. So now he's gonna say something to the suicidal girl, so just listen. Just listen to what he says. If you can't hear, I'm gonna say it, but listen. I literally could share my screen right now, but I don't feel like it.
How upset were you when you woke up in the ER? You were still alive. And a failure.
He said, how upset... To the suicidal girl, he said, how upset were you when you woke up realizing you were alive and a failure? How do you hear Lin-Man? How did you hear him? And he was in the scene. How did you? I didn't even hear him. But yeah, he was in the scene. I have certain reservations about Hamilton, but I think that I think he's very talented. Definitely. In the Heights, literally all week. Tell me something I don't know. Bueno. You didn't hear this from me, but a little birdie told me you saw me had sex with Yolanda. That's been stuck in my freaking head all week. And it's great, but it's also really annoying. I watched it with my cousin, actually. I would have never watched it if she didn't ask me if I wanted to watch it. Sorry, my earphones went off. But we watched it and I actually liked it. My favorite song, I think, was When the Mother Was... Oh, wait. When the Mother Was Singing. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, wait, let me see. I feel like there's too many scenes of choking in this show. Let me see, like, house, do you want to die? Darn, I don't think I'm gonna be able to find it. I don't. A patient asks to die? No, that's not what it is. I love In the Height. Okay, good. My favorite scene is when the mother sings, except it was... I like the cinematography of that, but it was confusing. It was like, was she sad about herself dying? Or wasn't she? And I like the end where she's like, oh, I'm coming, to her mom, which is so cute. I wish I believed that was going to happen. But it's also like, she said, I didn't do a lot with my life, but then I did. But then I didn't do a lot with my life for myself, but I did so many things for other people. Should I continue trying to help? It was a very she was very conflicted, honestly. But then she still went with her mom. So, I am coming. You could wait a little longer, I think. I think your mother could wait a little longer. Anyways. I honestly think Yolanda and Usnavi had no chemistry. Like, my cousin said it, and I honestly agreed. Like, And a lot of people said that Usnavi, that's... U.S. Navy, that, he wasn't acting like how he acts in the play. I don't really freaking know. But I thought that it was good. And I also liked when the undocumented immigrant did the rap at the pool. That was cool. I could actually go there. No, it's far. Like, I was like, I asked them, where is the Heights? And my cousin said it's pretty far from where... Well, we were in Staten Island when I went over to talk to her. But I live in Brooklyn. But she said it's pretty far. So I'm not going to go there just to be like, whoa! But I could. I mean, realistically, I'm close to... I'm in the state. Anyways, I'm going to find that choking scene. And you can leave if you'd like, but I'm going to laugh at it. Tell me something I don't know. Bueno, you didn't hear this from me, but a little birdie told me. There's like too many scenes of him strangling people with his cane. There's another one where this guy is addicted to strangulation. Like, what the freak? I really think I remember that scene. It was like, I honestly, the memory alone is making me laugh. So, honestly, I could just stay with that. If I can't, I won't be disappointed if I can't find it. But I will say thanks so much for watching. Thanks for coming along with this crazy ride that I call me. I'm trying to think of what it could be described as, honestly. Like, also, I can't spell house, just letting you know. Oh, I actually spelled it right. Oh, the dominatrix one. And then Chase acted like a dom to get him to sign the papers. Dang, I don't even remember that. Wow. There's a lot going on there. Chase was attractive, though. Even with his shaved head. Bruh. He was freaking attractive, bruh. Let me see. House. But obviously Olivia Wilde is attractive. I don't know if you know Eric Andre, but he came to my job. Because he's half Jewish, and I work at a Jewish, restaurant. He came to my job, and I served him. And he said, how are you? He did it he's like, how are you? And I was like, I'm saying this story way too quickly, but I was like, I'm okay. And then I turned around and left, and I didn't say anything else to him. And I feel like my friend, coworker said it was kind of probably an ego, an ego, the opposite of an ego boost, because I didn't ask him how he was. I literally should have. I was so nervous, though, and I don't, usually when people ask me how I am, I just kind of tell them, I'm good, and then I don't ask them how they are. I forget sometimes. But yeah, it actually happened. My sister asked if I took a photo. I was like, nah, I just want to give him his privacy. That's not right, and I'm not, I don't regret not taking a photo of him. He's a person at the end of the day. I really wish he did a Bad Trip thing there, where he did his, his movie Bad Trip. I really wish he did it there. That would be so funny. I really don't think that our owners would let him do that, though. They'd probably be like, no, we don't want you to do that. But it was so funny. Oh my god. Or if he pretended to be crazy, even at the benches, but I knew it was him literally the minute I saw him. The minute I saw him, I knew it was him. It was very clear. But he's just a regular guy. One of my coworkers, accidentally, but he's still wacky. One of my coworkers dropped an orange juice, and he said that was really embarrassing. And then he asked her, if he could order a coffee through her, and she was like, yeah. And so she had him order a coffee. But yeah, no, he is one of my heroes. I shouldn't say a hero, but he's so funny and, entertaining. And I was I literally felt I was whoa, when I saw him. I was trying to act normal, because I don't want to act I'm working. I'm not I'm not walking on the street. If I walked on the street and I saw him, maybe I'd turn around, but I don't want to hoard celebrities. I feel that already happens to them, and there's probably a billion people who do the same thing. Is Eric Andre chill in real life? Did he always have his head shaved, or did he have his crazy hair? You said it twice. He is chill in real life, and he's still a little wacky, though. He definitely has wacky parts of himself. He had his hair, his normal A-word hair. He looked like how he looked, regularly, and it was very odd. He did not have his head shaved. If he had his head shaved, I probably wouldn't have known it was him. But he had his hair, he had a mask on. I knew it was him, and he said it was very weird, to wear masks. He wasn't anti-mask. He said it was very weird to leave the house. I think that's what he was saying to my coworker. I wish I had said more to him, but I also, it's whatever. At the end of the day, we weren't gonna have a meaningful conversation. I'm working at a job. we're not talking in a bar, But he was nice. He asked me how I was. That was really nice. You don't need to retract the message. You just sent it twice. It's okay. That's not the word. It's not that bad. It's very cute. But yeah, no. Unless you're a bot. I'm just kidding. You'd be a very advanced bot. That'd be the most. I haven't even searched it up. House choking. But yeah, I saw him. He hasn't come again since, though. I don't know why. I think maybe he was just in New York for a little bit of time, and then but I feel he lives in New York. I feel a lot of his stuff is shot in New York, but maybe he's probably doing something. Yeah. I guess if I was on TikTok, I could be my experience with Eric Andre. He was really nice. We only talked for 2 seconds, but he was so nice. That, I would say 10 out of 10, He wasn't mean. I mean, I guess the only thing I'd say is he had a little bit of trouble with the QR codes. He said that's so annoying, But he was being honest, but it's also understand that we kind of use them. You don't have. It's really not that serious. He was just saying they're annoying to my coworker. He didn't say them to me. This is just honest. He's allowed to say they're annoying, So, but then she helped him, so. Thank you for congratulating me. Yeah, he probably could tell I was nervous. That's why I just said, I'm good, and then left. I wanted to ask how he was, but then I still felt like that would have been, like, too much to do. Still would have felt like I was a fan, hoarding him. When literally, I asked everybody else how they're doing. So that's why, I was like, I didn't ask him how he was. Like, that's what I was going through my head. I didn't want to ask him how he was. I didn't want to, like, try to initiate a conversation to make it seem like I was an obsessed fan, House choking. I read Howard, what the freak? House choking. Wait, let me do... I don't know how to spell. Oh my gosh. Let me do House MD. I gotta remember to put that crap. This looks creepy as F. Like, what the freak? Ew. He looks mutated. Like, what? He looks like an alien. He just came out of the freaking... I don't even know how to explain it. Also, Kuttner's death was awful, bro. Like, not like awfully done, but like awful as in like the fact that it happened, And obviously people said that it happened because I don't even know. It does look like The Thing. Oh my god. Wow, you watched that movie? My dad made me watch the movie, but it was so good. Darn it, you probably don't even remember I don't know how it would look. But this looks like it would be freaking funny. Castaways. And, oh, well. I can just imagine the choking scene and it makes me laugh in my head. So I think that's enough. Anyways, castaways. We are castaways. We are stuck where we are. I think the reason that, like, people's screens won't, like, show up, like, all weird, is because they can, like, they have a button that they can switch, Oh, you haven't watched this film, but you know about... Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's probably obvious, because it's, like, this grossly mutated bloody thing. It's a good movie. It's a good, scary movie. You should watch it. It's not like a stupid, scary movie, like, that they have today. There's a lot of good scary movies today, like Midsommar, Hereditary, literally just anything from that director. But there's other ones, too, I'm guessing, but... The Thing is a good movie. It's a very psychological movie, Very good. I just hate the horror movies today. Like, why do they keep, like, Don't Breathe 2? Nobody wanted Don't Breathe 1. Like, also, I didn't say it, but I haven't watched In the Heights either. You haven't? Oh my god, I just... I helped everything. Oh god. Okay. So you just love In the Heights, but you haven't watched it. Okay, I see how it is. No, I'm just kidding. I literally say that about a lot of things. There's so many movies that I haven't watched, but, like, I've known. Like, I haven't watched House. Not even, like, so, yeah. I don't love House, though, but the show is cool. I like the show, but I don't love it. I love Wilson, though. He's, like, my favorite character. He's, like, my soul character. Nobody wanted Don't Breathe 1. I'm so funny sometimes. And Truth or Dare. The same thing with, like, I always say like that, Truth or Dare. Whenever, like, I did Truth or Dare with my friends, and I was like, Truth or Dare. And I always just remember the girl who's like, wait, let me find that picture. Oh my god, wait. Happy Death Day. Happy Death to You, or whatever the freak. Oh my god. Like, why do they keep making these? Who keeps watching these? Probably people like my sister who loves these movies. Well, she likes a lot of them. The Nun. Actually, I really feel like there could be a good concept with The Nun, But it's not. It's not. All of the movies about a nun are so bad. I really feel like there could be a good concept. Like, I was reading this webtoon. I don't read webtoons anymore. I really should. I should finish Lookism. But there's this webtoon about this preacher, and basically what he did was, like, he was slowly killing children by, oh my god, wait, let me show you it. I gotta show you it. He was slowly killing children by, like, feeding them a bunch of disgusting salt and stuff. And I feel like you could do that with a nun, like something psychological. See this stupid... This literally looks like a warp filter. What the freak? Like, who the... What? Like, I'm sorry. Since when is, whatever... What is that thing called? Photo booth? Face swap? Whatever. Wop. Face booth? Frick. Darn it. What is that app called? Face Smudge? James Charles uses it. I don't know why I remember that specifically. Face app? Since when is face app a face app filter scary? See, you're saying that. It looks like what? Yeah, literally a no face at all. Like, this reminds me of this, bruh. Oh, hi, hi, mother. Hi. Are you coming in the room? Yeah. Okay, well, I'm gonna stop talking now. My mother is here. Facetune, that's the app. That reminds me of this. Okay, this is more creepy, though. It looks so dumb. It looks really dumb, but it is still pretty creepy. Why couldn't they have just had, like, it just looks so stupid, though, still. Even though it's really creepy. How does he even see out of his eyes? It looks disgusting. You know? Ma was funny. Like, Ma was a funny movie. Like, I feel like they didn't take themselves too seriously in that. But I feel like they kind of did also. At least Octavia Spencer didn't. She regrets The Help? Bruh, you should regret that horror movie. It's so bad. But it was funny. I think it was really funny, honestly. Especially the promotion where she's like, did I do something to you guys to hurt you or make you guys mad at me? I don't know if you saw that, but I sent that to my friends when they didn't respond to me in the group chat. I was like, did I do something to make you guys mad at me? Oh, thank you. I tip my hat off to you. I got this from Goodwill. And I recently watched a Clueless fashion analysis video, and the girl in it was wearing a hat like this, and I was like, you know what, why not just pop it on for a little bit, even though it doesn't match this shirt at all. I didn't wear it to work today, though. To work, I was just like, oh. Anyways, okay, I'm gonna go, because you should go and do the thing that I definitely remember that you said you were gonna do, that I'm totally not searching up in the chat to see what it was. You were gonna watch Miss Maisel. That's what you're gonna do. But yeah, Goodwill's good. Alright. I'll let you say anything else if you want. You know, I don't want to end it and then you see you had something to say. So I'm just gonna smile here and say bye. If you have nothing else to say, you can just peace out. That didn't mean hurry up. I was just clearing my throat. Bye. Thank you. I will. Peace